Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we have another base game only build. This time we are building a cute little beach house. Now, like I said, this is only using base game, so we do with it as much as we can, but of course if you do have any extra packs, then you can add, another cute thing here and there. This house would be perfect for if you have cats and dogs. And if you're wondering, I also build in the world of cat and dogs just because it suits the world a bit better, because it is a bit Cape Cod-ish kind of a house. Now, the outside of the house, it could be looked at as quite beachy / a little bit traditional, but the inside is the complete opposite. Especially downstairs. So this house has a main floor, which is this floor that you are watching right now, and then I thought it was a little bit too small and too cramped, and I wanted just a bit more area, so I created a modern basement. And the basement has a little light well, so it does have natural light into it. And we do have a few areas down there. Now, this house ended up having 4 bedrooms, which is actually quite generous. However, the house in itself is not very big, so each room of the house could be considered smallish, I suppose. So you walk into the main sitting room, which is, like I said, quite small. I had a little bit of trouble fitting the furniture. I just knew that I loved the idea of having the couch against the railing of the stairs. I do like houses when they have that. Just those little peculiarities that make houses a bit more fun. So I did like that idea, so I went with that. Then you have a dining room, and the dining room does have a skylight right above it. I did take pictures. The pictures do not look good because, as we know, the ceilings are incredibly glitched in The Sims, and they just in general do not look good. But it brings in so much natural light, and I just love the idea of sitting there having breakfast or having dinner and looking up and seeing the stars or the sun. I just love that idea. So I did add that, and it's also supposed to look like it is a more modern attachment to the house because it is in a little addition to the house. So a little bit of a glass roof on top did make sense. And then we have the kitchen. The kitchen is not incredibly large. It is a good sized kitchen. We do have a bathroom on that floor as well, a half bath. Then onto the basement. The basement is quite large, and if you do have more Sims or more rooms that you want to add to your house, it is incredibly easy to expand into the basement. I mean, you don't even have to pay attention if it looks good from the outside. You can just put the room where you want. Like I said, I did create a light well, so you can create rooms around there so that they will have some type of natural light. Now, the way I like to do it is basically you create a room on the basement floor. If you go onto the floor up and press exactly on top of that room, a yellow line will form, and you just press delete floor, and that will create the light room. The way I like to do it is, if it's a city house, I will put some stairs and a grill or something like that. But in this case, I wanted to add some flowers and some plants, just to landscape it a bit, just to make it look like it is not into the basement, because I do not like the thought of being in the basement with no windows. I am quite claustrophobic like that, but that is quite cute. You can actually make that light well a lot bigger, and you can maybe put a jacuzzi in there if you have an expansion pack. I mean, there's so many possibilities of things that you could do with that basement. But at the moment, we have a more modern looking sitting room with a very large TV. Then we have next to it, we had another little area, so I put in a gym there. It does not look pretty because when do gyms ever look pretty, but it is quite useful if you have Sims that needs to get fit. And then you also have a quite large bedroom and bathroom downstairs. I furnished it more to be a team's bedroom because I always end up doing that. The bedrooms in the basement tends to go to older kids, but I mean, I don't see why not, why you couldn't put an adult in there anyhow. And then on the upstairs, on the top floor, then you have two, is it two? I don't know. You have a few extra bedrooms and a bathroom. In terms of landscaping, as the house is quite small, I don't think it fits to have a swimming pool, so I did not do that. But if you want, you can put this house on a bigger lot, put a little swimming pool, a few little outside areas. This here is the light well I talked about. As you can see, it brings in a lot of natural light into the room, which I feel is very important. And it just makes things look a bit better. You could actually put a pool in there, you know. You could scooch the house around the lot a bit and make the light well a lot larger, and then you could fit in a swimming pool in there. Now that would be fun. Right now there's no way to get into that room because I only put windows, but in case you do, just exchange them for like a large glass door. Also, if you see any items that you do not recognize, this is all base game. There's no CC in it whatsoever. So if you do see any that you don't recognize, then those would be debug items. Those are items that you can unlock, that the Sims team uses to basically build the world for us. And you can unlock them. And also, if you see any paintings, I'm not sure I used them in this house or not, but if you see any paintings, those would be gallery creations, so those are not CC either. And yeah, so there's not much to talk about this house. This house I just think is incredibly cute, and it's very airy and it's light and it's fresh looking. I really like this, and I have been promising the Mediterranean mansion, but I have not finished that one because it is taking me quite some time because it's quite large. It does not look it. It's deceivingly small looking from the outside, but there's a lot of rooms on the inside, and I am trying my best to decorate it. It is easy when you have a lot of packs to decorate because you have a lot of skill building items that you can use in random places. But in that case, I am just using my wedding stories pack and the base game. So we don't have a lot of items to put in a mansion, especially because you will end up repeating a lot of objects. So I'm trying not to do that, which is incredibly hard. So it's taking me a bit longer than it usually would. But anyways, that one will be coming up next. So just wait 1 or 2 more days and it will be done, I promise. Anyways, this is the end result of the house. If you want to download this or any of my builds, then you can of course find me on the gallery using hashtag simsdesigns or hashtag simsdesignsyt. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in my next one. Bye!